Boys are the strongest and smartest. Yes, yes, nobody can convince me otherwise. I'm Anthony, and I'm the main enemy of all girls around. From very early on, I could never find a common language with girls. At first, it was my sister, who always complained to our parents that I offended her, or that I didn't let her play, and that I was in her way, and that I looked weird and breathed too loud or walked around too much. In short, this was the first instance. Next, there was our neighbor, Lilu, who also complained to everyone about me, but I just wanted to be friends with her. And so I brought her armfuls of worms in a bucket, and for some reason, she screamed really loud when she saw them, but I thought that it would make her happy. And the next day I brought her a small snail. Lilu was not at home, and I threw the snail through the window, and she didn't like this either. And then my parents scolded me so much that I had to change my mind about making new friends. Why are girls such cowards? As time went on, I got older and made my way into high school. But over the years, I didn't gain any new friends. There were even fewer of them. Everyone knew me as Anthony, the bad guy. And so no one wanted to be friends with me. It's weird because I haven't done anything bad to anybody. I just expressed my objective opinion. Rob and Jackie were among the few of my friends. The three of us just mocked and teased everybody else, especially the girls in our school. Our favorite thing to do was post photos after the pranks, where the girl screamed and looked angry and ugly. Generally speaking, I went to school only because of those pranks and jokes. All this eventually led to our cheerful trinity straight to the principal's office, who clearly threatened that if we continue to behave like this, we'll be expelled and give us bad grades so we can't go to college. The three of us sat down together and promised not to make fun of the girls anymore. A week after that conversation, my classmate Lori ran up to me. She began to shout, saying that everyone was tired of my stupid pranks and that I have to stop before I hurt more people. I didn't understand her because the pranks were over. But then Lori took out her phone and went on our Instagram page, where there was a photo of her sneezing with the funny caption, "Sending everyone rays of happiness and flu." I threw up my hands and swore that it was not my doing, and the other guys ran the pages besides me. The whole classroom looked at me in anger and boycotted me. I was not particularly upset because I was not friends with these people and did not talk to anybody. But feeling like an outsider is not a pleasant thing. This went on for several days, and one day I came to class, and everyone began to treat me nicely. At first, Lori came up and said that she was wrong, and asked for forgiveness for her words. And then the other girls also came and assured me that they weren't offended, that everything in the past, and they were not one bit angry at me. Of course I was surprised, but I thought that things happen. Girls can go crazy and we boys will never understand them. Rob came up and winked at me suspiciously and asked if it was strange that all the girls suddenly became so nice. I laughed proudly, saying that girls couldn't even take revenge on guys because they weren't brave enough. And he laughed out loud. I wish I knew that soon they'll be laughing at me. During the break, Cynthia, our honors student and pride of the whole school, came up to me. She handed me a flyer and said that they'll be filming at our school's Women's Day and that all students have to gather in the gym for some sort of big dance. I refused, obviously, but Cynthia reminded me that I was on bad terms with the principal, and if I didn't go to the school events, then I would have really bad grades on my diploma. I sighed and agreed. After school, I put my books in my backpack and slowly walked to the sports hall. When I reached the doors, I didn't see anymore. I thought, I must be late. Everyone's probably inside. Once inside, I made my way through the darkness, not understanding why there were no lights anywhere. Suddenly, a door slammed behind me, and I turned around in horror. Oh God, you couldn't see anything. Finding the light switch with difficulty, I turned it on. My eyes hurt from all the sudden light. Barely opening my eyes, I saw a rather strange scene. In the very center of the hall were these big, well, not big, just huge girls with big muscles. They were like 6 feet and had short hair and tattoos. I smiled hesitantly and turned right to the door when I heard a loud "Stop!" I froze. From around the corner, I came to my classmates and other girls whom I had pranked before. I was now beginning to suspect why I was invited there, and got scared. "Where are you going, prankster?" asked the girl whom I pranked. I quietly said, home? Anthony, everyone whom you offended is now gathered here. And yes, everyone was there, but I did not offend those huge man-like girls. How can one be even offended at such adorable creatures? I smiled at everyone and waved my hand and headed for the exit. but the girls blocked my way and told me to apologize for all the jokes and bullying, and got out a phone to film my apology. Well, this was now getting outrageous. I pushed one of the huge women away, and I was about to leave when I got hit with a heavy bag on the head. I got dark eyes in my eyes and passed out. Haha, your video has over 150,000 views already, Anthony. You're a YouTube star. Rob and Jimmy laughed at me whilst looking in their phone. I quietly rubbed the bump on my forehead and shyly covered the black eye. So, Anthony, do you still consider girls to be the weaker gender? My thoughts didn't change, but I won't say it out loud anymore. Turns out that the injuries are dangerous. The guys laughed, and I again watched the video, where the woman surrounded me, and the thin, unconscious boy danced around him, laughing ominously like in some scary horror movie. Since then, I'm very careful with my words, and I don't make fun of anyone. And I realize that girls are different, but some are weak and some are not so much. But they're all vindictive, so be careful. If you like the story, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more.